I'm gonna make my take on lembas bread. Apple cider vinegar. I got my coconut oil heating in the pan here. Simple syrup. Should add some sweetness to the mix. Spelt flour. Baking powder. Salt. Nutritional yeast. Onion. Apple. Granola and fruit mix, dried. Garlic. And my barley and quinoa. Marjoram. Coriander. Celery seed. Cinnamon. Toasted flax and caraway seed. Golden sugar. Golden yellow sugar. The taste is very interesting. It's crispy on the outside, gooey on the inside, and there's chunks of nuts and stuff in there, which gives it crunch and texture. And then it's got a really good amount of moisture. The taste is mostly nutty, oaty, with a bit of sweetness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2 more. 8. 9. Going to put them above the wood stove and dry them out so they're kind of like hard tack. Randy keeps doing stuff around camp and causing his thumb to bleed. We're gonna do this, see if that helps.
Want to work?
That's it. Just a chunk of birch bark.
Try that.
Angle it. There.
Well, today we kind of had a recovery day. It was kind of raining and windy for most of the day, but now it's super nice out. And we actually got some nice mushroom growing weather. So hopefully our patches are growing quickly. Whole bunch of new additions to camp today. Little shelves that we've added. Whole bunch of firewood, bucking, splitting, stacking. The bench is complete. Look at this thing, it's just awesome. Complete with this nice wool rug and cup holders on either side. Oh. Blowing rack setup is complete, so we can fit 8 of these racks here on the blowing side of our dryers, and this will extend our drying capacity by at least 100 pounds. So now we can dry 300 pounds of fresh all at once with airflow right away. And we've added in this auxiliary fan. We're gonna put a guard on that, but a slight angle that comes up through the racks from below. And then yesterday's mushrooms are just about done flashing. Well, they're probably done. They've just been in here for a while. A lot of these are done. They look pretty good. We had time to get some dandelion and fireweed drying as well.
Morning.
Okay, I have a day in camp and I'm gonna get some stuff done while these guys go to Dawson City.
We're heading to Dawson City to get some supplies and so that Randy can get his thumb dressing changed at the doctor's.
Big city, Dawson.
Another nice little bear. We've made it to Dawson. Gonna have some lunch, do some laundry, and get some supplies. Just hanging out in Dawson City, and you can see all the gravel in the town here is this beautiful quartz and mica rock, which is actually left over from gold mining in the area. All the tailings. They graveled the whole town with the quartz sand and quartz rock.
To clean them off. I rotated the other ones to continue flashing, and we're good from there. I decided I'm going to try to make a bush kimchi. Fireweed, dandelion, and raspberry leaf. There's plenty of great recipes out there for kimchi. I tend towards the more traditional recipes. Of course, this one is not going to be. I'm just gonna see what I can do here. That's it. There it is. Bush kimchi. With wild harvest ingredients mixed with some other things that we got at the store. Show you my trail cakes. I've been dehydrating them. They're not fully dehydrated yet, but they're getting there.
Well, town run took 12 hours. That's how long it takes to go get groceries, do laundry, and get supplies. How you doing, eh?
Long day on the road.
Now we are going to weigh up our dried mushrooms from the last episode. Hopefully we get a dry ratio of less than 10 to 1. That's the goal. Anything lower than 10 to 1 is good. Here's what we have. Big tray, and then 2 drawers. These are all flashed, and these ones were just cleaned with our dryer, so they're tumbled around, which gets a good portion of the debris off of the mushrooms. This dustpan was purchased brand new for this. It's never been used as a dustpan. The Morel pan. Music to our ears. So these mushrooms have been harvested in the wild and then dried with high airflow to limit sporing, and then heat flashed, finish the drying. One more. Then they're being cleaned, and now this is our final chance to grade them. So 4.74 on that last one. We have our pick of the day mushrooms here. Now, if you saw in the last episode, these were the 20 nicest morels that Alec and I picked out of over 10,000 mushrooms. All right, so 7.83 to 1 dry ratio, 157 pounds of fresh into 20.05 pounds of dried. Almost a 22% bonus on these mushrooms because 10 to 1 is standard par. So when we compare to selling fresh, we do it at a rate of 10 to 1 equivalent. So getting 7.83 to 1 is all bonus.
Man.
Right on.
Yep.
Good job. What are you making?
Oh, stir fry. Get rid of some of our lingering veggies and then onto our fresh.
It's awesome. I'm going to show you inside of our fridge here. There's all of our food. This is all cool in here, but not cold. And then the
Veggies over
the
here.
real cold is all in here, nicely organized, full of ice.
So there is, down to there is the bacon and sausage.
We still have snow from 2 weeks ago, but we've been sort of supplementing it with ice. But that snow is probably going to last about 3 weeks total. We had 27-degree weather recently, so to still have snow from 2.5 weeks ago in the bottom, it's pretty darn good.
Yeah. And it's mostly bear safe.
Yeah, we'd hear the bear.
Yeah, it's gonna slow him down getting into it.
Yeah. Morning, everybody. We are still here in the middle of the Yukon Territory. It is a windy day, as it seems to be every day this season. Over the last 24 hours or so, Tumbler Ridge, which is in northeastern British Columbia, I've picked wildfires there before, has an active wildfire that's growing really fast. And there was a small fire south of where that fire is happening that burned last year. So people are picking that this year. It's actually where we recommended people go when they asked us, because that's probably going to be the most productive ground. We just didn't want to go there. We knew it was going to be really busy. It was a very small fire, and half of it was in a provincial park. So we didn't want to get mixed up into that. It's hard to film when it's that busy. That whole area is under evacuation orders. So a lot of the pickers that were down on that fire are either going home or coming here. So they've started to show up now. Unfortunately, the mushrooms just haven't been growing here very quickly. There are mushrooms, but when they grow slowly like this, they have a lot of issues like worms and drying out and all these things. We haven't been picking around our camp very much. We want to let them grow as much as we can. But today, with this many people showing up, we think it's probably a good idea to spend the day searching the area within walking distance of our camp. Pretty soon here there could be dozens or hundreds of people on this tiny little wildfire. Up till this point, there was only our group and 2 other small groups of 1 or 2 people. Let's get into another adventure.
Might you have relatives in Western Virginia?
Sorry about the wind today, but we're going to start off by just walking across the Klondike Highway and going in the burn on this side. This side was a lot drier than down below our camp. Searching. There's 2 more here that dried out.
It's got a little bit of a crust going on, but
Here's a number of morels, but they're just struggling here. All of these little babies are stunted. And then this one here is covered in aspen fluff, cottonwood fluff. This is looking a bit better here. A couple nice ones. We are crossing through the territory of the beaver. Mr. Beaver? Damn it, Beaver. I need you to put a dam right here. He must be a pretty big beaver. Some of these trees, they're not small. Look how big this tree is that he fell. Ah, yes. The beaver has dammed the creek. Look nicer over here right away. Still a little small though. Yeah, that's good. If we can spot a later stage fire morel like a greenie or a blonde or a gray, then that would be very exciting because they can handle drier conditions. And these look very, very nice. A little small, but with these conditions, they're growing too slowly. If we don't pick these, they're gonna end up with wind or worm damage. Like, here's a mushroom. Another way to tell it's mature, when the stem starts doing that, you see these little bumps on it? That is the sign of a mushroom that's quite mature. Look how small that is. It's tiny. It's usually because of less than ideal weather conditions more than anything else. Wind, lack of rain, lack of sun. This is more like it. Look a little more healthy here. It's definitely a flush that is more recent than some of the other areas we've been picking. Look at these. These are perfect condition. Nice white stems. Beautiful. So we're just trying to find a trend with how these early species are growing, and it's a really hard fire to find a pattern on compared to the average year. So they try in the spruce, they try in the aspen, they don't really get going. In this area they're trying in the pine, they're doing a little bit better, but none of those options have really produced an exceptional flush by any stretch of the imagination. These might still be good. No, no good. Sat for too long. Worms. Now these are new flush coming in.
Baby Greg. Hard to see, but this is a little gray. Morchella tomentosa. You can see the gray stem. Exactly. That's what we want to see. Beauty, little gray. Oh, that's a decent sized one. 3 more little grays.
But this is a big spruce tree for the Yukon. Look at that thing. Dam there, the willows have grown over right here.
Mm-hmm. These are probably old lodges that the grass and willows have grown right over. Nice. Nice. And we've been out here for quite a while now, so we're gonna head back to camp and pick around camp. Bark separates here. Bark can slide off the trunk. You gotta step like that, so you're across the tree. That way, if it slides, harder your foot's still on the tree. So, if you look out here, we've got 2 vehicles, one there, one over there. It's in front of our camp here. They probably came up from BC after being evacuated from Tumblr Ridge or Hudson Hope. So we're gonna go head out picking again on our hillside here in this sort of area near camp. We've got our mushrooms drying here. All right, let's head back out for another couple hour walk. What do you think about morels?
They're good.
Heading back into the burn. Might run into some other pickers today. Now these ones have a bit of a dry cap on there, I just take it off. Beauties. Blonde grazed Morchella tomentosa. First Morchella tomentosa being picked of the season. You can to show. So you see it has fine little hairs that go away as it ages, so they become very small, and it's got a dark stem. They range between dark gray, almost black, and then they turn blonde. Sometimes they come up in the in-between stage like these, and that's actually some of my favorite when they're sort of dark blonde, dirty blonde.
Heck yeah.
I hope that's what's coming. There's 5 more right here. Another little gray right there. It's a beauty. These are perfect. Oh, nice. Beauties. Beauteous Maximus. Trim that. Nice. That's just a big, chunky morel.
Oh, I like it.
In the next episode, we're going to be harvesting fireweeds. Look forward to that. It's supposed to be a rainy day tomorrow. And the day after tomorrow, we're going to go pick our most productive patch again. Pretty excited for that. And it's so hot and sunny right now. We're just using the sun because it's free. And then we also got some nice spruce tips today. Awesome. We're going to dry all these, and they'll be dried and then turned into a sort of a powder. They're a great lemony seasoning on meat or a number of different dishes. Awesome. And Randy made a delicious looking dinner. What'd you make? Holy.
Pork, like tenderloin kind of thing, bacon wraps, boiled potatoes, salad.
Yum.
Mmm.
That's unreal. Oh, bacon wrapped. Taters and a delicious looking salad. We don't slouch when it comes to our food.
Well, looks like it's gonna rain. Look at those clouds. See you tomorrow.
We hope you enjoyed episode 20 of our 2023 Morel season. If you head over to our channel and click on the playlist tab, you can find all of our mushroom seasons organized by year. If you enjoyed the video, then give it a like and subscribe to see more content and to follow along. Our online shop is also linked in the description below. Thanks for watching.